Welcome to Blazing Baseball, episode number 175, where we
Yep.
blaze through today's baseball topics. And we are Astros and Yankees fans. So now the Yanks are in Toronto and 2-0. It is the first, and there's a person on first and third with a one out. And Gonzalez is up.
They walked Judgy to first.
And White is pitching.
They walked Judgy, and then the Yankees started getting a bunch of singles, and they scored 2 runs. And Judgy was the first person to score. So good. They were pitching around Judgy yesterday. They walked him, and he scored again. So it's too bad they're not pitching to him, but at least Yankees are winning.
Yes, so today we had Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Cincinnati won 3-4. Sorry if I mispronounced any names of this podcast. The win went to Ramirez.
Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Pittsburgh won 4-3.
Yes, sorry. Pittsburgh won 4-3.
Yeah. All right.
The win goes to Ramirez, and loss goes to Diaz. And playing now, we have the Rays at Guardians, the Royals at Tigers, the Braves at Nats, the Yanks at Blue Jays, the Orioles at Bum Sox, the Marlins at Mets, and today we have the Phillies at Cubs, the White Sox at Twins, the Cards at Brewers, the D-backs at Houston, the A's at Angels, the Dodgers at Padres, the Rangers at Seattle, and the Rockies at the Giants.
Yep, 15 baseball games tonight, Wednesday night baseball, 30 teams in action. Last night, the Astros in Houston won 10-2 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Astros had 14 hits and 10 runs. Altuve had a double and a home run. And Hensley had a home run as well as 10 runs and also having great pitching. They held the Diamondbacks to 6 hits and 2 runs. The winning pitcher was Garcia. He is 14-8 on the season. He went 6 innings. He gave up 4 hits and 1 earned run. He had 6 strikeouts, and his earned run average is 3.81. Matten closed out the innings, and he shut him down. He gave up 1 hit and 1 run. But
3-0.
3-0. Go. They got us down. Okay, we got 3 runs in the top of the first inning.
And also in this podcast, we're going to talk about Hurricane Ian possibly changing the Braves and Mets series.
Yes. Oh, terrible hurricane hit Florida. Davies got the loss last night. Yeah, he's 2-5 for the season. He went 4 1/3 innings. Astros knocked him out with 6 hits and 4 earned runs. Davies' earned run average is 4.18. And there were 37,480 fans screaming at Minute Maid Park in Houston, where the Astros won 10-2, giving the Astros 102 wins. And they're at it again tonight. Who's pitching?
Yeah, so pitching for the D-backs is Zach Gallen with a 2.46 ERA, and pitching for the Astros is Justin Verlander with a 1.82 ERA.
Oh, yeah.
And up first for the D-backs is Varsho at center field, batting 240. And then Smith at DH, batting 218. And then McCarthy at right field, batting 284. And then Walker at first base, batting 235. And then Marte at second base, batting 242. And then Rojas at third base, batting 263. And then Carroll at left field, batting 256. And then Kelly at catcher, batting 209. And then Perdomo at shortstop, batting 194. Up first for Houston is Pena at shortstop, batting 249. And then Diaz at second base, batting 255. And then Tucker at right field, batting 262. And then Bregman at third base, batting 263. And then Vasquez at DH, batting 274. And then Mancini at first base, batting 244. And then Chazzy Fizz McCormick at left field betting 235.
The Fizz.
And then Dubon at center field betting 215. And then Maldonado at catcher betting 186.
So they're giving a break to Altuve and Alvarez. They're taking a day off, but they might come in and pitch it later. You know, Astros clinched everything for the American League, so they can sit out a couple of games and get a little rest before the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep, and the Yanks clinched the AL division yesterday.
American League East. Yep. Okay, and because they won last night. Yankees won 5-2 in Toronto against the Blue Jays. Yankees had 11 hits and 5 runs. They held the Blue Jays to 8 hits and 2 runs. Higgs and Hicks both had doubles, and the winning pitcher was Talion. He's 14-5 for the season. He went 7 1/3 innings. He gave up 7 hits and 2 earned runs. He had 6 strikeouts, and his earned run average is 3.83. Trevino has gotten his 11th save. He pitched 1 2/3 innings, and he gave up only 1 hit, and his earned run average is 4.61. The losing pitcher was Berrios. He's 11-7 on the season. He went 5 1/3 innings. The Yankees hit him up for 9 hits and 5 earned. His ERA is 5.37. Yanks look good in front of 40,528 fans in Toronto to win the game, but they pitched around Judgy. Just like when they walked him first, when he was up first today, they pitched around him, which,
maybe they
not, next time. Yeah, maybe they won't, because the Yanks got 3 runs. That's good. That's how you beat them. Okay. And then they're at it again right now.
So pitching for the Yanks is Garrett Cole with a 3.49. Pitching for the Blue Jays is White with a 5.36 ERA. For Toronto is Springer at DH betting 263, and then Bichette at shortstop betting 284, and then Guerrero Jr. base betting 276, and then Hernandez at right field betting 259, and then Chapman at third base, and then Tapia at left field betting 263, and then Jansen at catcher betting 253, and then Merrifield at second base betting 238, and then Bradley Jr. at center field betting 204. Up first for the Yanks is Judge at DH betting 314, and then Cabrera at second 242, and then Donaldson at third base betting 225, and then Peraza at shortstop betting 321, and then Bader at center field betting 250, and then Gonzalez at first base betting 186, and then Higashioka at catcher betting 2, Castro at right field betting 184, and then Hicks at left field betting 218.
So Donaldson got a hit, Peraza got a hit, and Gonzalez all got hits and the RBIs. That's the 3 RBIs. And it's the bottom of the first, 1 out. It's going to be 2 outs. 2 outs against Toronto. Okay, good. Nobody on base. So, where does that leave us with the standings tonight, Mr. Colby?
In the AL East, the Yanks are in first place. Games over Toronto. In the AL Central, the Guardians are 10 games over the White Sox. In the AL West, the Astros are 18 games over the Mariners. In the NL East, the Braves are tied with the Mets, 13 games over the Phillies. In the NL Central, the Cards are 7.5 games over Milwaukee. And in the NL West, the Dodgers are 20 games over the Padres.
All right, and we're going to do the wild cards tonight now to see who's going to get in there.
Yep. So the division leaders for the AL is Houston, the Yanks, and Cleveland. And currently in the wild card standings, we have the Blue Jays, the Rays, and the Mariners. And then Baltimore is 3.5 games out.
Okay, they're still trying to get in there. Mm-hmm. The Birds.
And so the NL division leaders that have clinched are the Dodgers, the Braves, and the Cards. And the Mets are in the wild card standings right now. They have also clinched the playoff berth. Uh-huh. And then along the Mets, we have the Padres and Phillies also in the wild card standings right now. and the Brewers are 1.5 games back.
All right, 1.5 out for the Brewers. So it's the Phillies and in the American League, Baltimore against Seattle. Those guys are slugging it out to try to get the last wild card slot.
So, yes, according to ESPN, MLB discusses plans for New York Mets Atlanta Braves series with Hurricane Ian looming.
Oh boy.
It says Major League Baseball is considering contingency plans for this weekend's crucial series in Atlanta between the Mets and Braves as Hurricane Ian slams Florida's Gulf Coast. The rapidly intensifying hurricane made landfall Wednesday afternoon in Florida, while parts of Georgia are expected to see flooding rains and some coastal surge into Saturday.
Yeah.
Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has preemptively declared an emergency, ordering 500 National Guard troops on standby to respond as needed. With the pivotal 3-game series slated to start Friday at Truist Park, the National League East rivals and MLB have discussed several options, according to multiple reports, including a split doubleheader on Sunday.
Right.
The teams have a mutual day off Thursday, but MLB is not considering starting the series a day early, according to MLB.com. Relocating the games to a neutral site also was not a serious consideration as of Wednesday morning, according to MLB.com. So Mets manager Buck Showalter joked that he is on, quote, double secret probation, end quote, when asked to disclose details about the talks, but told reporters that, quote, we know what's going on, end quote, and noted that general manager Billy Epler was leading the Mets' involvement in the talks. Quote by Showalter, I don't want to get involved in it. Epler is great at keeping me up to speed on it and what I need to know and what I don't need to know. I am perfectly comfortable that he's got all this wired. I've got enough spinning my head.
Yeah.
End quote. Fueled by warm waters in the Gulf Coast of Mexico, Ian grew to a catastrophic Category 4 hurricane overnight with top winds
So bad.
of 155 miles per hour, just shy of the threshold of the most dangerous Category 5 status, according to the National Hurricane Center. The storm trudged on a track that had made landfall north of the heavily populated Fort Myers area Wednesday afternoon.
It's bad. We're just watching the news before the game started. It slammed right in there. It forced Florida and come out the other side at Daytona Beach. Slam into Georgia.
To monitor the hurricane's trajectory, the Mets play Wednesday against the Marlins. The Braves complete their series in Washington against the Nationals before the team's mutual off day.
Yeah, so it's good. They're going to try to push it back and do a doubleheader, not play Friday and then try to play a game on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. But I don't think they're going to be playing Saturday.
Yeah,
I think they're going to miss that game because I think there's going to be too much bad weather going on. It's bad.
Yes,
So,
following their scheduled Sunday night ESPN at 7 Eastern Time, the clubs will conclude their regular season schedules with 3-game series that end October 5th, leaving October 6th as another possible date to
right. That's what
to play a triple header as early as this Thursday.
All right.
Quote, when they tell us to play, we play.
All right.
That's what we do.
I like that. I like Buck Showalter anyway, so that's good. He's ready to play a triple header, 3 games in a row. What fun that would be, huh? I'd like to be a fan for that game.
Yeah.
You get 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Triple the fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Any other baseball topics you want to go over today on this baseball podcast?
No, I'm just hoping all the people in Florida are safe.
Yep.
Please be safe. It's terrible hurricane that hit.
Yep. God bless them.
God bless them. God bless.
Okay. And we'll catch you later tomorrow on Blazing Baseball, Blazing through tomorrow's baseball topics. Peace.
Peace out.